Great. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Mendel Center Connections. I'm Grace Kelmer with the Mendel Center, and I'm here today with Shy Boy. And we are so excited to have you coming into the Mendel Center August 7th for the Midwest Kings concert.
Yes. Thank you. I'm thankful for you guys having me. LMC is a part of our community. It's a part of our history in Benton Harbor, and it's just only fitting that I'm coming there. You know what I mean? Like it's all just manifesting the right way.
Yeah, you're from Benton Harbor. You're born and raised here, and it sounds like Benton Harbor is really important to you as a city. And can you tell us a little bit about how you went from here and now how your career has progressed and what brought you back?
Well, basically, class of 2003. I'm a Benton Harbor Tiger. Grew up there doing music underground as an artist with my brothers, like my childhood friends, Honorable Cino, James, Allen, aka JD. He was like our manager slash CEO of Self Made Records, Big Jinx, Polo, J Ice, and others. Like anybody that knows like Benton Harbor history, like they pretty much knew who we were underground doing our thing as Self Made Records. You know what I mean? And so like from there, like I put out my first studio album when I was 18 years old, senior in high school, called Young and Restless. I put that album out. We actually sold 50,000 units of that album, and I was like a child, like
Yeah.
basically, you know what I'm saying? But like that's when we kind of knew, like, okay, we got something, you know what I mean? Like something's going on, because a lot of people was like, that CD, you another one, do you got another one? So we started like out the trunk, like on our own, and we would go in the beginning to like the South Bends and Indianapolis and Chicago and Gary and Minneapolis and St. Paul and all of the Midwest cities and states, including our like sister cities, as in like Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Grand Rapids, and everything close to us in Benton Harbor. And so from there, it was just like it became clockwork. Like it was like supply and demand. Like I felt like in my mind, I guess like this what they want from me. And so I just continued. We dropped my second album, which did even better, and made the Source magazine. Shout out to Michael Ice Blue Harris and the Source magazine editing staff that gave me my first national media publication credit. And so, yeah, like, and that's what we just continued on doing all of that time, and just building on it and adding more. And I started getting booked for like performances like all over. And I'm talking about, I performed Club 702 in Las Vegas. I performed New York, Killeen, Texas, like you name it. I was suddenly there. Didn't know how, didn't know why, but all of a sudden I was there and I was on stage. And everywhere we went, we did the same thing that got us there. Like we stayed hungry, we stayed humble but hungry. Like had a trunk full of CDs, and my friends, my street team, as it's called, like a PR team, like Calico and OG and Block, and like a lot of guys who was like literally they were sacrificing their time and their energy and going on the road with us and going to all these different cities and standing on corners and street corners and liquor stores and music stores and festivals and concerts, and it didn't matter, malls, dentist office, it didn't matter, like, and we're selling my CD like all over and helping spread the buzz. And we just been blessed that helped to get my music heard and by a lot of people. And most recently a woman named Nancy Graham out of Atlanta, who is also the manager for Tiana Taylor and the R&B superstar Tank, and like other well-known industry people got wind of my music, and she got wind of it, and I got a phone call out the blue from people in Atlanta, including her, and we had the conversation, and it was just like, like, we believe in you, you know what I mean? And hey, it's history. Signed, got signed, and and now we all over with it. I just came back like recently. I just had and it's been just ever since. Like from the moment they signed me, I was gone. Like
Yeah.
half on the road. I'm in Savannah, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Tampa Bay. Like I was in Tampa Bay, Florida for the Super Bowl because of them performing like with big name acts like Mulatto, who is a very well-known female hip hop artist in the industry and things of that nature. And, like just all over continuing. We still have like right now she's doing she has a big showcase coming up with like it's a legends tour with a lot of the hip hop legends, the queens and kings, and it's about 12 cities already signed on, and I'm already in contract to be at every single one of them. And so like I'm just so thankful, for the opportunity and for somebody believing in me, being from little Benton Harbor, like we're from somewhere where most people never heard of, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's,
You're
we,
part of a really great tradition. I mean, there are so many artists, performers, and athletes, all kinds of people who've come out of Benton Harbor that, I mean,
yeah.
it must feel pretty good to be the next one in that string of people who's, started here and then have made it.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely do. And I definitely want to make an impact because of it. I definitely wanted to help. And that's like why one of the things I'm doing, like, thankfully, with the help of you all, is, LMC is the Madison Square Garden to New York City rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's their, like the Madison Square Garden is the featured stage that you would want to be on if you were from New York City.
Mhm.
In a small Benton Harbor, we don't have the big theaters and arenas, and our big theater is LMC. Like that is our Madison Square Garden. That is our biggest amphitheater, if you want to call it. The Mendel Center, like 1,500 seats. Like that is as big as it can get in a small city like Benton Harbor. And I'm along with some of the best underground and prosperous artists in Benton Harbor, Michigan. Uh, we're all going to be on that stage together. It's like a moment of like history, like literally in the making. And
Yeah, tell us about some of these people. You have an amazing lineup, not just yourself, but some of your special guests. And then it sounds like you've got some local performers too. I don't know if you are ready to announce those yet, but yeah, tell us who you've got with you.
most definitely in our travels, and like I said, being my who I'm under now, my management and all of that, like being connected to a lot of celebrities, things of that nature. We brush shoulders and meet people, and one of the people that we've connected with who is really really close with my music and really respects it is the owner and the CEO of the Source magazine that I was in, um, Benzino, from Love and Hip Hop fame, uh, restaurants, you name it. Like he has done a lot of things in the world, in underground hip hop and in like mainstream music. And his daughter is actually Coi Leray, which is one of the biggest hip hop artists right now in the industry. Coi Leray is making a lot of noise. That is her dad, Benzino. You know what I'm saying? And so he will be in little old Ben Harbor, like at the Mendel Center
Yeah.
with me, coming there with me to check us out. He wanted to check us out and see how we get down in Benton Harbor, and you know what I mean? Just come experience the city and the culture in which I was brought up in. You know, not a lot of them never heard of Benton Harbor, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? It's so small that if you don't live in this area, you know what I mean, or grew up somewhere close like a Kalamazoo, you played us in basketball and football, like that's why you know us. You know what I'm saying? But like for the most part, if you talk to many celebrities, a lot of them don't know Ben Harbor, because when you talk Michigan, you know, worldwide, the stigma when you talk Michigan is Detroit. You know, like everybody think you from Detroit. If you say I'm from Michigan, they say, "Oh, you from Detroit?" No,
No.
no, I say I'm from Michigan. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they. That's just what they do. They all they know is Detroit, Detroit, Detroit. And I love Detroit. Shout out to Detroit and all of that, but I'm from Ben Harbor. You know what I mean? Like it's just a difference. And you know, I try to make sure I portray that with any and everybody that I meet and brush shoulders with and come across, because we are Ben Harbor Tigers. You know, like it's history and legacy in our name and in our city. And we make sure everywhere we go that you know that. And also special guest is El Zappo. Like El Zappo is like a childhood friend of mine. I'm talking like me and him grew up together. I can remember like the first talent show I ever won in Ben Harbor High School. I maybe was 13, 14 years old. And I can remember him performing in that same talent show. Like that's just how long we've been alongside doing this music thing. And him with his own team and his own label, and me with my own team and my own label, but though still together, connected. Any album, any mixtape, any project I ever did, he was on it. And like he was featured on it. And the same with him when he did things, projects or whatever, and he called me and he tell me, "Hey, I need a verse for this. I need you to put a verse on this." I would do it. Like we mutually we had that respect, and he doing big things out there as well. He recently just signed with Fam Goon, which is like Rollo is this very big uh influencer. It's like a social media influencer who signed to Cash Money Records under Birdman. You know, if you ever heard of Birdman, Lil Wayne, like, you know, Cash Money Records, like Rollo is connected with him, and El Zappo was just recently connected with them. And Fam Goon and Slush Music Group, which is his own imprint under that. And so, you know, we will have him, Ben Harbor native, one of the best to ever touch a microphone, in my opinion, like one of my favorite rappers. And then also, uh, I'm blessed that one of the youngest guys in the new generation, you know, it's like one thing about me that I'm not afraid of is um reaching out and extending a hand and dealing with other people. The problem with not just the industry, but in the streets in general, the problem with a lot of people is that everybody wants to just do things and shine in like the brightest moments by their self. And that's just not nothing that I've ever been connected to. You know what I mean? Like I believe in always showing love and giving love, because that's the best way to receive it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we have in the newer generation, the young guys, you know, young men that are doing music. We have in Ben Harbor again, which is like countless like history. And I'm not bragging on Ben Harbor, but I am being real. You know, like I'm gonna be as real as possible when it comes to underground artists. Like our artists are recognized and loved and respected in all kind of cities close to us. Like I say, the Kalamazoo's, Battle Creek, Jackson, Lance, and you know, like me and El Zappo and others like that, Duke Nukem, and you know, it's like a lot of people have heard of us and respect us in a lot of different cities. And you won't get that from a lot of other artists underground in the same capacity. But for some reason, it's just something about them. And this is being continued now, like with this young man, F. Gamo. Like Gamo is really, really talented. Like he is an artist. He gives his soul when he performs, and when he records. Like his music is really, really soulful. It's really, really like sometimes you literally, if you listening and you in, depending on the mood you in, like it might can move you to tears. I mean, the man is really that serious about his craft, and it's his real raw emotions and feelings, and it's all crafted in his style. And so like he has a lot of fans, he has a lot of followers because of that, and he is making a lot of noise underground. And definitely he will be a part of the show. And we have, like, you know, it's going to be, it's going to be like Ben Harbor history. I got some special surprises also on my set. You know, I'm not going to tell nobody like
Yep.
exactly, but a part of my set is going to be some other special surprises coming out, or and whatnot. But it's going to be like a Ben Harbor historical night. Like in me, like I can say this because I'm literally a part of Ben Harbor history. When you talk music and you talk Ben Harbor, you have to talk me. Like, and then that's not being cocky, that's not bragging, that's just telling the truth. Anybody that wants to deny that or look at that in any kind of way, that just means you just don't respect the game, because I put so much work in the name of Ben Harbor. And you know, when it comes to that music, that is undeniable. And so like I know Ben Harbor history when it comes to music because I'm in the foundation of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm a part of it. And so I know that these artists all together at one time in one building in Ben Harbor, like this is historical. You know what I mean? This is never, you know what I mean, been done, you know. And so like I'm just excited for it. I'm ready. I'm really ready. I'm counting the days, and we are approaching it real soon. But it's gonna be a great night. We decided to go 90s theme with it for the sake of hip hop, like just being a true hip hop fan. You know, the 90s way of dress and the 90s style, you know, like it was the funky fresh, you know what I mean, like that
Yes.
era. And so like we went like 90s theme, so we hope that everybody that comes is dressed in like 90s theme apparel, because we want to have those kind of pictures and that kind of atmosphere. And definitely to all of the people, thank you guys for tuning in on the Facebook Live. uh Remember that it's 90s themed. We definitely want everybody that comes to be dressed in their 90s themed apparel. And it's just gonna be a good night. We're gonna have, you know, photographers in the building. We're gonna have, it's gonna be filming. It's gonna be it's gonna be really, really live. You know, we're gonna have some live performances in the lobby as well as on the stage, you know, like in the lobby to get it going, you know, as the crowds are coming in. Like it's gonna be a big night. It's gonna be a big situation. And we are definitely so happy and so thankful for you and your help and the whole staff at LMC for having me and for inviting me in and welcoming me to LMC. You know, like I say, that's my Madison Square Garden, you know, like my big house. So like it's like I'm home, you know what I mean? Like I made it. Like this is one of those moments that make you feel like, you know, like I made it, you know, like I'm performing at LMC. Like
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a show with me headlining it. You know what I mean? Like I ain't imagine that when I was a kid. You know what I mean? You
Yeah. Yeah.
only see that manifest. You know, you can't, you know.
I'm so happy to hear that. And it's been so fun, working with you and talking to you about what you're trying to do to make this night happen, and your plans for on the stage and the lobbies and everything else around sounds so fun. So I hope people turn out and yeah, come celebrate Benton Harbor history and all, even beyond. You've gone so far now out into the world. So you're bringing pieces of that, of your career back with you, Benzino and everyone else on the bill. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
And so yeah, let's tell people as we close out how to find those tickets. So you can go to themendelcenter.com, get them there, or I know you have other ways people can get tickets. So how else do you want them to get in touch with your people?
First and foremost, I want anybody who needs tickets, if you cannot get out or and about, or it's easy and convenient for you to get them online, go to the Mendel Center, mendelcenter.com, and order your tickets for the 90s theme Midwest Kings concert at their website. You can go to Lake Michigan College's website. The address is, I want you to say it for me one more time to make sure they clearly can hear it.
Yep, themendelcenter.com. And I'll put it on the screen when we post this on YouTube too. But yeah, for those of you on Facebook Live, themendelcenter.com, and just click tickets on the homepage. And it's the first event. It's the next event coming up. You're the next thing in the building. So it should be right at the top of the events list right there on our homepage.
themendelcenter.com. So
That's
if it's convenient for you to just get your tickets right now online, that's where you go get them online. Outside of that, anybody that knows me, that's associated with me, like, you can call me, you can message me on Facebook, depending on whatever city you are in, and I have people with tickets coordinated in different cities, and we can get them to you that way, because we have tickets right now on hand. So if you need tickets, get them today. The event is August 7th. You know, it is coming up. It is really around the corner. You know, August 7th is really right here around the corner, and it's gonna be big. We're gonna be at Lake Michigan College, baby. We you know, we in the Mecca. Like, it's about to be one of them real situations. So get your tickets today. themendelcenter.com if you need to order them online, or get with me in some kind of capacity, and we'll get them to you no matter what city you in. But yeah, thank you again. Thank you for everything. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see you guys and to make this thing happen officially.
We feel the same way. It'll be a fun night. So yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks, and everyone watching, we'll see you there too.
Yes,
So,
yes. Thank you so
all
much.
right. Thank you. See ya.